Alright guys, so today we're going to check out a variation of Noxious's Scorch the World deck. It's not far off from the way he built it, so I would suggest going and checking his channel out. He's one of the best Gwent streamers, card builders out there, so I would definitely go check his channel out for a more in-depth understanding on how to play the deck. What I'm going to do is just give you a different flavor of it and give you another way to think about how to approach different decks that some of the better deck builders out there have created. So anyways, might as well just jump into it real quick, and then afterwards the commentary will be followed with gameplay of how the deck works in ranked and high level play. Well, I can't really say I'm high level, but fairly high level. So anyways, here's the version of this deck, and there's really one main thing I want to explain when you're using it, because if you jump into it, your opening hand is going to be the most confusing part about it, and you can totally screw that up with this version, because we are running Barclay Elves in this deck for the Sheldon Skaggs combo. If we don't have him in hand, what we want preferably is about 2 Dwarven Mercenaries in hand already, and then you're going to search for them with the use of Elven Mercenaries or First Light, depending on how your first hand drew. You're going to be searching to get that last Dwarven Mercenary or your last 2 Dwarven Mercenaries. You just always want them out if you have Barclay Elves in hand and no Sheldon Skaggs. If Sheldon Skaggs is in your hand, then it doesn't matter. If you pull a Dwarven Mercenary, you're going to get a point boost with Barclay Elves, and you're going to thin your deck that way. So that doesn't matter. It's just in the scenario that you do not have Sheldon Skaggs in your opening hand and you have Barclay Elves, make sure you always pull these Dwarven Mercenaries out first, because if you don't, then you're going to really be angry with yourself later on. So the whole idea behind the deck and the big difference are these Dwarven Mercenaries, and the Blue Mountain Commandos are going to be pulled out first always, and you always want to have one in your opening hand. Sometimes you won't have one, so then you're going to search for them with your First Lights. That's going to be sometimes the detriment to this version of the deck, because if you have to search for these cards, then probability is that you might not get all of your Dwarven Mercenaries out, and then you might have to make a 50-50 decision on what you're going to do with Barclay Elves. But anyways, usually that doesn't happen. More often than not, you're going to get your plays out the way you want them, because sometimes you may not get Barclay Elves or Sheldon Skaggs, and then you just got to make do with what you got. So the Dwarven Mercenaries, the reason I've added them into the deck instead of the archers that Noxious plays, is because they synergize again very well with the Blue Mountain Commandos, because every single time a Blue Mountain Commando is moved, it gains 2 points. When this card pulls a unit to its row, it boosts it by 3 points. So you're getting an 11-point play from just playing the Dwarven Mercenary after these Blue Mountain Commandos are thrown out on the board. So your 33 points in 3 cards is crazy good, and that's why they're in here. Just to go along with that whole movement theme. And it's pretty cool too when you play against the fog deck that has been running rampant. You can pull things onto safe rows, and a lot of the time I can get them to pull out 3 weathers in 1 round, and then I always have a clear skies in my pocket, remove the weather, and take away a lot of their gameplay strategy just in a round 1 from using these guys to pull things around. So anyways, go check out Noxious's video. He'll explain the Sheldon Skaggs combo and all of those things. I'm just here to explain the Dwarven Mercenaries and their interaction with Barclays, and then I'm going to go explain also why I have Sarah. So Sarah is in this deck because sometimes you really don't want Saskia in your hand. which is 100% of the time you never want Saskia in your hand. So that's why Sarah's here. She's there to pitch back Saskia for any of the gold cards, which are all going to be fairly useful throughout the entire match, but just to pitch her back because you never want her in your hand to begin with, and then also to pitch back Aileron in the scenario that you don't get 5 elves out on the board. She's going to be a dead card at that point most of the time, so Sarah can pitch her back as well. And a lot of the time you'll pitch her back and end up with Scorch, which is what you want. So obviously Saskia is in the deck and Ciri is not, so that's the replacement there. And then as far as Yennefer the Conjurer goes, I've replaced her with Saesenthessis. This card really melds well with this version of the deck because you're playing so many Dwarf and Elf units. You're getting both of the boosts. A lot of the time you'll have 4 Dwarves out on your first round, and so right off the bat she's a 13-point card. A lot of the time you'll have all 3 of your Elven Mercenaries and your Blue Mountain Commandos, which then pulls Aileron, so you'll have 7 elf units out. So then this card does 7 damage. So you're looking at a 13-point card that does 7 damage, which makes it a 20-point gold card, which is by most standards pretty good. So this card really synergizes well. Also, I kind of liked having her in tandem with Villain Trentmirth. For those of you that are up on your Witcher lore, they are father and daughter, and I'm not going to go in depth on another reason that she's in the deck and another card that she has an association with, because that would expose some late game things that you find out in The Witcher 2, which I totally suggest you go play because it is one of the best games I've ever played, and I'm not discrediting The Witcher 3, which is as good. They're both just so good I can't choose between the two of them, but go play all the Witcher games. It will definitely make you appreciate this card game much more. But anyway, so just have her in there not only for that, but because she works super good in this deck also. So as a round 1 gold card goes, she's super awesome. I can seal a round 1 with her and the right method of getting out my dwarves and elves. She just pretty much puts a nail in the coffin round 1 a lot of the time, so that's why she's in the deck. Everything else other than that, though, is exactly the same as Noxious's. Go check his channel out, his in-depth summary on how to play the Scorch the World deck. So anyways, there's my version, and then like I said, there's going to be gameplay afterwards. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments section if you have tried my version and like it. Anyways, have a good one.
There will be no negotiation.
Soon, sisters. Very soon.
Death awaits us all.
strength, my love. Everything all right? A storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
We will take back what was stolen!
I've got to get this stinking mess in order. Naivety is a fool's blessing.
How can I help?
They used tired my tongue about that. They used tired my tongue about that. They used tired my tongue about that.
kneel before no one.
I respect nothing human.
Coexistence? No such thing. Oh, how lovely it burns.
Well, well, impressive.
Of course, friend.
I respect nothing human.
I'll feed you to the crows!
A storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can. storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
We shall drive the ape men into the sea!
Of course, friend.
That's it! Good! I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
Well, what is it?
It's boring just standing here.
Everything all right?
Older Blackhand's taking on new swabbies. What do you say?
Know if anyone's got any hooch left. Ugh, God's protect us. No use tiring my tongue about that. Onward! I'd fail men herrieth den verde.
Bow before modern Freya.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
You only live once! Now we must stick together.
What do you need?
Onward!
I like the way you die, human.
Who am I to kill?
Appearances can be deceiving.
We'll win.
Good grief! You're worse than children!
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
We've no time to lose!
Don't make me laugh.
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood. What's this unwanted?
I respect nothing human.
Bow before modern Freya.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
As you desire. Prepare for war!
I respect nothing human.
I'll feed you to the crows!
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
Off to the front yet again.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Know if anyone's got any hooch left.
I knew you would ask for this.
Blood of ass!
Have strength, my love.
We will take back what was stolen!
My powers are yours to command.
Blood of ass!
Everything all right?
Greetings. What is it?
I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
No one can hide from me.
Coexistence? No such thing.
Let's dance.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Now we must stick together.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Ah, they used tired my tongue about that.
Let's hurry. There will be no negotiation.
I am no Nilfgaardian.
Who am I to kill?
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
The common folk. I care for them.